Hi everybody, and welcome to this edition of HotCarsCoolMotorcycles.com reading Google Alerts. Today I've got 4 stories for you. First one's about... Oh, hey, how you doing? I'm right here. And I'm going to cancel that screen. Okay, first of all, there's a motorcycle company I'm sure you all have heard of. It's called Honda. And in Kathmandu, this comes from the Himalayan Times. This Honda CB Hornet 160R launched. And here's a story. Kathmandu, Siakar Trading Company, authorized distributor of Honda motorcycles, launch the fast and stylish Hornet 160R in the Nepal market on April 16th. Honda 650. Why do I keep saying 650? It's a CB Hornet 160R as a motorcycle derived from the Honda Hornet, a naked street sports bike with addition of Honda's eco technology. The bike ensures fun riding with ease and comfort. Hornet 160R has a powerful 163cc engine that gives extra thrust and delivers good low-end torque. The single-cylinder engine develops a maximum power of 15.66 brake horsepower at 8,500 RPM and a maximum torque of 14.76 Nm at 6,500 RPM. The mileage of the motorcycle is 60 kilometers per liter and the top speed is 110 kilometers. That's the Hornet right there. They've been producing the Hornet, the CB series, for a long time. This is in Nepal, and you can see this. A version of this article appears in print on April 19th, 2000 at the Himalayan Times. My next story is going to be about, let's see, that the one? Okay. This comes from automobile.com, and the title is Chevrolet Camaro versus Ford Mustang in Never-Ending Fight. The battle between the Ford Mustang and the Chevrolet Camaro is one that never seemed to get tired of hearing about. But is there a clear winner between them? Here we are making a comparison between the 2015 Ford Mustang and the 2016 Chevrolet Camaro. This means that is a battle of the muscle cars, with one being red hot and the other a newbie that has been redesigned. The redesign, I'm not even sure which one they're talking about. Could be the Mustang, could be the Camaro, because they've both been changed in the last several years. 2 of 3 of the engines of the Chevrolet Camaro outweighed those of the Mustang combined. The Camaro has the 2-liter engine offering 275 horsepower, and the Mustang has a 2.3-liter offering 310 horsepower. However, bear in mind that with the latter, you have to feed it premium fuel, and I'm assuming that it's the Mustang that you have to give premium fuel. The Ford Mustang comes out on top for brakes and suspension. This is due to not knowing a great deal about suspension and brakes of the Camaro, and the Mustang has 50 years behind it. This guy writing. I'm reading it direct. The cabin in the Chevrolet Camaro is crowned in comparison to the Ford Mustang, and the exterior is form over function, creating woes for the ergonomics inside. The Camaro is more along the lines of a transformer, while the Mustang is more fast and furious. The Chevrolet Camaro comes out ahead for curb weight. This is down to having lost 200 pounds, probably because of the engine. And the Chevrolet comes out ahead this time, but do you agree, or do you feel the Mustang should rule the crowd? Well, there's the Mustang, since saying it's the winner, but they don't have any pictures of a Camaro. Isn't that special? Okay, so there's the winner. Your Mustang. And got a story about 2016 Camaro, one of the last Ward Auto's 10 latest Ward Auto 10 best interiors. This comes from GMAuthority.com blog. So the picture they're using, it's actually pretty nice looking. But it's cramped, so that's up to you if you want to buy one. Just a generation ago, the Chevrolet Camaro couldn't shake the criticism of featuring a cheap-feeling interior. With the 6th generation, the designers can put that shadow behind them. As the 2016 Chevrolet Camaro interior has been named as one of Ward Auto's 10 best interiors for 2016. Ward Auto even went as far to say that the Camaro sets a new standard in its segment. General Motors absolutely succeeds on all fronts with the cabin of the new Camaro, which comes with enough significantly upgraded materials and flair to set a new standard in this segment, said Ward Auto Senior Editor Tom Murphy, who knew that the cabin of the muscle car could incorporate so many soft surfaces and feel like a sporty coupe intended to be driven hard. It's a classic in the making. The 2016 Camaro joins the 2016 Cadillac XT5 as the pair of GM vehicles on the list of 10 vehicles. The list was trimmed down from 47 nominees. In order to be eligible for contention, the interior needed to be completely and fit and finish, or simply improved design. Scoring was based on aesthetics, material quality, ergonomic, safety, comfort, value, fit, and finish. Others on the list included the new Chrysler Pacifica, Honda Civic, Nissan Maxima, BMW 750i, Mercedes-Benz GLC, Volvo XC90, and the Lexus RX, and Audi TTS. And this comes from Franco Cruz. He wrote this article. And I got one more. I'm sure you're going to enjoy this one. It is happy birthday, Ford Mustang. 52 years of Mustangs. Isn't that great? Ford Mustang turns 52 years old this week. This may not seem like a big deal, but in fact, it's an important birthday because it marks the first full year of production of the Mustang Shelby GT350 and GT350R. In other words, 52 years after the Mustang. Can I start over? In other words, 52 years after the Mustang became an instant pop culture sensation and the greatest car launch in terms of sales of all time, it's still achieving dizzying heights of success performance that has blown even the highest expectations out of the water. At that price that many of you readers might actually afford, only the Corvette rivals this machine's status as the great American car. The Mustang, like the Corvette, seen in its dark times too. Herewith we take a look back at the car's history from the early 1960s to today. I don't have much time left. November 10th, 1960, 43-year-old Henry Ford II, Hank the Deuce, the grandson of Henry Ford himself, promotes Lee Iacocca to general manager of Ford division of Ford Motor Co. If you want to be in this business and not lose your mind, you've got to be a little bit bold, he tells Iacocca. You're going to make some mistakes, but go ahead. Early 1960s, Ford Motor Company is getting murdered by General Motors in the sales room. Iacocca, who would one day soon be called one of the greatest genuine geniuses since P.T. Barnum, comes up with a new idea for a car that would appeal to a new generation of drivers that would later be called the baby boomer generation, put in class for the mass. He tells his designers, if we're right, this will make the Model A look like nothing. April 15th, 1964, 22-year-old Gail Wise, a school teacher, walks into a Ford dealership in Cicero, Illinois, and buys his first Mustang for $3,447.50. 2 days before the car is unveiled to the world. It never heard of the Mustang. She told this reporter a year later it hadn't been launched yet. April 17th, 1964, Henry Ford II in Iacocca launched the Mustang as a 1964 and a half model in the World's Fair in New York City. Walt Disney cut the ribbon for us, Iacocca recalled. We couldn't have asked for a better launch. Some 22,000 orders come up in the first day. That's a 64 and a half Mustang right there. Spring 1964, the Mustang ignites a sales frenzy. With a huge menu of ordering options, it seems to be everything for everyone. A cool, affordable commuter for young women, a badass hero-inspired sports car for gearheads, or anything in between. Depends on the options. January 27, 1965. Motor racing impresario Carroll Shelby, who is blowing the doors off the Corvette Stingrays on the racetrack with his Ford-powered Shelby Cobra, unveils the first Shelby Mustang, the GT350, a $4,547 version with a 289 V8 4-barrel Holley carburetor and a host of other sporting upgrades. April 17, 65. Within the first year, the Mustang sets an all-time sales record. 18,812 sold in the first 12 months. Buyers average around $1,000 in options per model. Meanwhile, Henry Ford II reports the most successful operations in his company's long history. That would include $9.67 billion in worldwide sales in the fiscal year. Wow. 1968, Shelby unleashes the Mustang GT500 KR for King of the Road. Specifications are a 428 Cobra Jet V8, 132 mile-an-hour top speed, 6.7 seconds sprint to 60. Massive numbers for a 68 model. Example today in concourse condition, it's worth $230,000 according to Haggerty. 69, Ford Motor Company lets loose another icon, the Boss 302 Mustang. It's just before the whole motoring world goes into crap due to federal regulations and oil industry upheaval, as Ford executive Jacques Passino later says of the Boss 302, it was a winner. It was a good car, a good street machine, but I guess you'd call it the last rose of summer, because right after that everything died. 1974, the Ford Mustang II arrives. It's 19 inches or 490 pounds lighter and a hell of a lot uglier. Lee Iacocca, now president of Ford Motor Company, plans the car to appeal to buyers with pinched wallets and wiry minds, following the 1973 oil crisis. That was pretty sad. They were not very good looking cars. Second generation Mustang appears and the car's uglification continues. Facing an onslaught of competition from foreign makes, notably the Volkswagen, and a disastrous recall of Pintos that would result in tens of millions of dollars lawsuits due to exploding cars. The Pintos are nasty. Mustang takes a backseat in the Ford Motor Company saga. Well, 1986, they were racing at IMSA, GTO, Mustang versus Camaro, and all matches, slug speed, blah, blah, blah. I'm being paid to win. That's what bunch of guys said.